Been quite a while since we took a look in the chicken yard, and this morning, Juan came through with a nice full truckload of wood chips, and we put in a lot of effort in renovating and freshening up our compost pipeline in advance of the fall. We got a lot of video of that, which I'll talk about in a moment, but a really quick update. I'll dive into all this in a moment as far as laying out all these greens for the hens, where you can see we've got a whole bunch of ladies doing their thing coming into the fall time here. We still have them set up in their summer run, which is off to the south or to the right there. You can see today we laid down a nice deep bed of weeds from different garden areas for them. And today we focused on renovating this end of the composting system. This is where we normally bring in food scraps and start the composting flow in the summer months. It's still mild enough that we can use this area for a while. So we went through and turned the second bay, harvested a bunch out to send to the garlic field, and then renovated this whole area. It all starts with the input of these wood chips that Juan got from a local spot. We also have a trailer attached to our electric car loaded with food scraps. This is one of the more abundant loads in a while. Lots and lots of material on here to get into the chicken yard. We first need to make some room, so here Juan is taking some folding crates and laying them out. We're going to use the compost that's almost finished but not quite to mulch our garlic when we get around to planting it. This is a nice way to bring it out of the chicken yard. Here he's gently sliding those away, and we generally use about 3 of these crates per wheelbarrow load. We can draw this out of the chicken yard. It does not have to be perfect and finished, but it can be cached on the driveway and ready for our garlic planting needs later. The chickens always love this kind of day when material is moving, so we make sure to give them time to play too. We got our bay moved along, and now we start depositing wood chips into our receiving bay. It's pretty important that we get as much carbon underneath the areas where we're dumping food scraps. I can't emphasize that enough. If you're bringing raw food scraps or restaurant scraps into a chicken system, having bedding of deep wood chips, charcoal, leaves underneath it all is extremely useful. It absorbs so much. The hens do a pretty decent job of going through the incoming chips and spreading them around. We'll bury some food scraps as we go. That's just fine. It feeds the worms. And we've got these rings on the edge that hold bulk material that the hens don't tend to really enjoy eating. We've got bones and egg cartons and onions and all sorts of things in there. Here Juan is taking a moment to spread out the wood chips that have been deposited so they're relatively flat and create a bowl shape to receive the high nitrogen material coming in. He's smoothing it out, and the chickens are doing the fine detail work. We have to move really slow and steady and carefully in these scenarios, and it's a really nice orchestrated dance between everybody. Now we can bring in the greens because we've got the carbon layer down, and in this case we're getting some raw scraps of old brassicas from a local farm. There are black soldier flies and red wigglers in this stuff. It's going to be really useful to feeding the hens, even if it doesn't look that fresh. There are many hens in our flock really focused on this work today. They're having a lot of fun with it, and we're enjoying watching them. Pretty much everybody in the flock is hanging out now. These are some very contented birds for sure. You can see the next compost bay is clean and ready to go. Juan's now bringing in some bread trays of veggie scraps from our other farm. We're going to sort some chestnuts. We're going to process some black walnuts. So much stuff on just one trailer. It's a very full day. Fresh greens and weeds, quote unquote, can be deposited in the walkways, and this provides lots and lots of beautiful mineral and vitamins and freshness for the hens. It's basically like a micro pasture that happens in the walkways of the space. The high nutrient stuff goes in the beginning pipeline, and the greens go in our walkways. I hope you enjoyed our compost update. Let me know if you have any questions or suggestions.